So it says, in a schedule of 6 classes, Marta has 2 elective classes. Okay, so out of 6 classes, she has 2 elective classes. It says, what is the ratio of elective to non-elective classes? Does it say the ratio of elective to classes or specifically non-elective classes? It says specifically ratio of elective to non-elective classes. So out of her 6 classes, how many are elective? How many? 2 are elective. Ratio of elective classes to non-elective. How many are non-elective out of the 6? 4. You could write that as 2 elective to every 4 non-elective. You could write it like that if you wanted. Okay. Questions about that now? All right. Number 3. Out of 274 listed species of birds in the United States, 78 species made the endangered list. Find the ratio of endangered species of birds to, so endangered species of birds, guys, it even says 2. So look, for the word 2, I'm going to put a colon. So it says, how many are on this endangered species list? 78. 78 endangered species to 274 total. List species in the United States. Okay, so 274. You could also read that as there are 78 endangered species per 274 species total. Okay? Do y'all get it?
Wait, so does endangered mean that they are in danger?
Yeah, they are.
Why do they say endangered? Why don't they say that they're
Hold on. All right, just moving on.
endangered?
Think about that, you'll get it. I think. All right.
I always thought that they weren't endangered.
Okay, so I like this question right here. It's about reading it, just writing it down as a ratio. The ratio of goats to sheep. Guys, what are we comparing? Which to which? In that order, right? Goats to sheep. So when it gives you the actual ratio, which one's representing goats and which one's representing sheep? Okay, there's goats to sheep. Goats to sheep. I'm just going to write it like that. It's goats to sheep, like that. Okay, the number of sheep at the farm is 28. What is the number of goats? Okay, so it says 28 is the sheep. All right, so I have 4 to 7 is, we don't know the number of goats. That's what we're going to solve for. So that's x on top. Sheep goes on bottom. So it should be the same. So all we need to do is solve this. So I'm going to do 28 times 4. So I got to get rid of the 28. So I'm going to do multiply by 28 on each side. So whatever, these cancel out. 28 times 4 is, divide that by 7. That's your answer. So x is 28. I'm just going to do it this way. What's 28 divided by 7? 4 times 4 is what? 16. So you have 16 goats if you have 28 sheep. You guys got it? All right. 8. Let me zoom in some. Oh, this was a really good one. All right. A construction worker is placing rivets in a new bridge. He uses 42 rivets to build the first 2 feet. Okay. How many rivets per 2 feet? 42 rivets to every 2 feet. You can do it like that. Or look, 42 rivets per 2 feet. You can do it like that. You got it? 42 per 2. And then it says, and remember, rivets are on top, feet are on bottom. If the bridge is to be 2,200 feet in length, predict the number of rivets that will be needed for the entire bridge. So that needs to equal the same fraction as how many feet does it give you? 2,200 feet. Feet are on bottom. We're solving for the number of rivets. We don't know how many rivets. So 42 over 2 equals x over 2,200. So how would I solve for that x? X is being divided right now, isn't it? Yeah? Divided by 2,200. So how do you get rid of divide by 2,200? Yeah, so multiply by 2,200. And if I do that to one side, I have to multiply the other by the same. Right? So this cancels with this, so I've solved for x. X equals whatever 2,200 is times 42 over 2. Or 2,200 times 42, then divided by 2. What is that? It's going to be a huge number.
46,200.
So 46,200 rivets. Ooh, bad stuff. 46,200 rivets. That's the answer. All right. Do y'all understand that? Again, it's just the idea of per. It's you have 42 rivets per 2 feet. So if you have 2,200 feet, how many rivets do you have? Okay, next one. The ratio of measures of the sides of a triangle is 3 to 5 to 7, and its perimeter is 450 centimeters. Find the measure of each side of the triangle. This is the one I gave you an example for earlier, where you can just say you have 3 somethings plus 5 somethings plus 7 somethings equals the distance around this triangle, which is 450. And you solve for it from there. So 3x plus 7x, that's 10x plus 5x, so 15x equals 450. Divide by 15, x equals 30. All right, so if x equals 30, then finding the length of each side, just plug 30 in here. So if x is 30, then 3 times 30 is 90. 30 times 5 is 150. And 30 times 7 is 210. And that all better add up to be 450 centimeters, which it does. Do y'all understand the concept pretty well? Okay. I told you that I was going to show you the more difficult way of doing it, right? The way that actually makes sense in the context of proportions. Okay? Not this way. This way is the easy way. So if you want to pass the tests, there it is. All right? Here's the way that it's actually done proportionally speaking. So what this is saying is that you have these units. Call it inches, miles, yards, whatever your unit of measure is. It takes 3 of these units. Somebody give me a unit.
Yards.
Yards. Okay. So it takes 3 yards. One of the sides is 3 yards. The other side is 5 yards. The other side is 7 yards. Okay? So it's 3 of these things, 5 of these things, 7 of these things. Okay. And all of them add up to be 450 centimeters. And the question is, what's the measure of each side of the triangle? So the way I would set it up is what proportion is 3 to the entire, how many units are in this? 3 plus 5 plus 7, 15. So 3 is, the smallest side is to the entire thing. So 3 out of 15 should equal, if that's the smallest side and that's the whole thing, should equal the smallest side over the whole thing. That's how you'd actually set it up proportionally speaking. It's difficult to understand that, all right? That's how you would solve for the smallest side. And you will get 90 on that. If you want to solve for the medium side over 15 equals, let me zoom in on this.
150.
So the medium side over 15 equals x over the whole thing. 450. Wow, that is so blurry. Okay, that's the medium side. So notice the only difference is 3. There's the medium side. The big side over all the sides added up equals the big side over 450. Okay, that's how you'd solve for all 3 sides. That's the more difficult way. Like I said, the easier way, this way right here. Okay, that should be enough examples. Do you guys want me to work any from, oh, you said number 25 on the back side? Yeah, this one's a little bit ugly. Do y'all want me to work any of the other ones before I do number 25?
Number 22.
Number 22? One that's not quite so difficult. Yeah, number 22 is a good one. Okay. So number 25 actually is tough. I understand you guys having a tough time with that. Now the idea, guys, when you look at 22, this, I don't understand. I think it's just familiarity. You guys just need to be doing more algebra to get used to seeing something like this because it's not that difficult. I'm trying to solve for x, right? I'm trying to get x by itself. What's happening to the x right now? It's being multiplied by what and divided by what? being multiplied by 6, being divided by 27. So how do I get rid of divide by 27? Yeah, I need to multiply each side by 27. Do y'all understand that so far? And by doing that, that gets rid of this part. How do I get rid of times 6? Divide by 6. So divide that whole thing by 6. That gets rid of that part. So x equals whatever 43 times 27 divided by 6 is. So somebody go ahead and tell me that answer real quick. 387. Over 2? 387 over 2? That's the answer. Okay? So that one's a lot easier. This one right here, this number 25, it's actually still pretty easy. What I would recommend doing on this one, this number 25, is the easiest way to understand it, I'd just cross multiply. I'd cross multiply there. There's easier ways of doing it, truly, but not to explain. So if I cross multiplied, I'd have 2 times x minus 2 equals 4 times x plus 4. Everybody good with that from cross multiplying?
Yes.
Okay. I would distribute. So I would have 2x minus 4 equals, and again, this is not the easiest way of doing it. It's the easiest way of explaining it, I think. And then I would solve for x. So you'd have to get all your x's together and all your numbers on the other side. So I'd probably from here subtract 16 from each side. And then how do I get rid of 2x? I'd also subtract the 2x. So let me go ahead and do that in a different colored pen real quick. Yeah, let me do that with this. So I'd subtract 2x from this side, subtract 2x from that side. So what you're going to end up getting is this cancels with that. 4x minus 2x, that's going to be 2x, equals 2x cancels with 2x, negative 4 minus 16, negative 20. Divided by 2, x equals negative 10. That one is a little bit tougher. That one I understand you guys not being able to do or be confident on. This, you really should be confident about that. But I also understand people in general now in high school have this like fear of fractions like crazy. You guys just don't know how to deal with them. Realize a fraction is just like if you have this right here, check this out. I just want you guys to get comfortable with this stuff. 4 over 6 x. That's x times 4 divided by 6. Say that equals 1. How do I get rid of that? Well, it's being divided by 6, right? So how do I get rid of divided by 6? Multiply by 6. So now I'm down to 4x equals 1 times 6. Now divide by 4. X equals 6 over 4. Fractions, I mean, they're really easy to deal with. They really are, once you get used to them. So you guys should strive to actually understand fractions. Okay.